Hi everybody. In this video, I'm going to talk about translations and how they affect your shape. So a translation really kind of moves your shape's position. So it really just slides it along a straight path. And the way that it moves can be described by something known as a translation vector. So this problem is asking us to translate the figure 5 units right and 4 units up. And actually, I'm going to pick a different one. Sorry. 6 units left and 4 units up is the new way we are going to move this figure. So each of these points, right, is going to have to go to the left 6 and then up 4. So start, one at a time. You can only go left and then up. So I'm going to shift the entire shape to the left. And I'm going to do that kind of just by thinking about it. So each of these points, for example, the point at +4, -4, will now shift over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So now it's the point -2, comma, -4. Really, we had our x, comma, y, and to move to the left, we took the x value and we added on the number of units we wanted to go. Or subtracted, sorry, subtracted the number of units we wanted to travel. So x, I don't know, it's the end of the day, I'm sorry. We had 4, and now we subtracted away 6. So 4 minus 6 is 2. So the number of units you want to subtract away, that will be k here. And your y value doesn't change. All right. So let's do that with all of our points. They're all going to shift to the left 6 units. So a point that was at 7. Now we're just going to take away 6 from that. So it's going to be at 1. Same height though. The point that was at 4, we already know how that story goes. It's now going to be over at -2. And finally, the point that has a x value of 9 is going to have an x value of 3 now. So it's going to shift over to 3. I'm just taking each of those x coordinates and I am subtracting away 6 units. So that way we go 6 units to the left. If you wanted to shift right k units, your original point, x comma y, you would then add k onto x. So shifting left or right, that's impacting your x. It's affecting your x horizontally left or right, so you will add or subtract onto your x. All right, now we want to shift this up 4 units. So each of my points to shift up, we are now affecting the y coordinates. So our x comma y, we are going to add on the same value to each y coordinate. So it's x comma y plus k. We're going to add the same amount onto our y coordinates. And again, in this problem, it is 4. So each of my points now, my new points, are going to be shifted up 4 units. So this point, which is at -2, -4, is now going to be at -2, 0. Because we added 4 onto our y coordinate. So it went up 1, 2, 3, 4 units. You can also just take each point and go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Or again, this point has a height of -3, so I'm going to add 4 to that, and now it has a height of 1. This point has a height of -8, so if I move it up, now it's going to have this height of -4. I already have a point there, so let me kind of outline these in yellow. So our new points are this point this point, this point, and this point. So we have these 4 points to form our quadrilateral, which has been translated left 6 units and up 4. Note if we wanted to shift down k units, that would be like taking our point x comma y and subtracting k from the y coordinates. So x comma y minus k. And then we can also describe the translations that occurred through translation vectors. And so if I'm just talking about the original shape and the brand new one, the translation vectors are literally the lines from the original point to the new corresponding. So maybe a translation vector looks like this. Maybe this is translation vector v. And it's going to have a slope that corresponds with the fact that we are shifting to the left 6 units and up 4. So notice this line, if I look at it from where it starts to where it's going to the left and then it's going up. And it seems like it's going to the left a little bit more than it's going up. And then this should be the same translation vector on or from each point to the next. I goofed. This translation vector is not correct. This would maybe be a better translation vector. This point here maps all the way up to this one. So we have this translation vector and then this one. There are 2 translation vectors at that end of the point. So my apologies about that. Please let me know what questions you have on transformations. You can transform things in multiple ways. Oh, I did want to do one where you kind of reflected and translated